Based off the tape from the Cleveland Browns and Jets game, Joe Tippmann is basically ready to start. The guy looked very impressive on tape, and I'm very excited to break this guy's tape down because when you put the tape on, it is very clear. The guy's a great run blocker, great mental processing, and really solid in pass pro, plus the guy loves to finish. And you put all of those things together and you get a starting center that I think's ready day one. And when I say I think he's ready day one, I truly believe that if the New York Jets wanted to roll forward with Joe Tippmann, they could have themselves a guy that's ready to go. Today we're going to analyze his tape. Very excited. I got about 5 to 6 clips that I want to kind of analyze, discussing some of what I see on tape. With that being stated, let's jump right into it. So we're going to start with this first play here. This is an outside zone to the right, which means that the center is going to have to reach block here on the 2-eye technique defensive tackle. This is not an easy block for any player, but Tippmann's going to do a fantastic job. You see him and the right guard do a really good job. This is exactly what you want as a center. To be able to properly reach, you need to be able to turn your body. And in this instance, very difficult block. The rookie center does a great job making nice contact, and then he flips the hips. And just like that, the running back has a lane to kind of run through. And this wasn't the only play. We'll get into a couple other plays where Tippmann showed his ability to reach. Never underestimate how important it is for a center to be able to reach properly on the 2-eye technique, especially on outside zone runs. Because when you guys look at this play here, right away the defensive end here is basically going to set the edge. And this happens because the guy is about 3 yards outside of the right tackle. So the running back naturally is going to need to kind of find a cutback lane between one of these offensive linemen. And you see in this instance, because Tippmann's able to reach, you see that lane slowly develop right there. It's a really nice job. It's about a gain of about 6 to 7 yards. Now this wasn't the only time Tippmann did a really nice job reaching. You got this next play here. This is actually the touchdown run. Tippmann's going to do a great job reaching on number 93. He seals it off. Of course, you get the touchdown. Now this play is interesting because when you guys really analyze it, it works because of the double team here, but more so because the left guard's able to get up to number 42. Now technically, that linebacker does a really bad job. But it is partly because the guard also is able to kind of get there and stop him, right? Now again, 42 does a horrible job, but still, because Tippmann reaches here on number 93, that releases the guard so the guard can kind of get up there and go grab number 42. So it's a great job by Tippmann doing his job. Some people will say, well, he fell, but he did a good enough job where number 93 was not able to make the play. Plus, keep in mind, this is a run to the outside, and it is designed to the outside, right? This is not an inside run. So again, great job by Tippmann to take on number 93, set his body in position, which releases that left guard, who gets up to 42. Again, 42 does a terrible job, but it is what it is. Running back sees it, great vision. And to me, this is just a really nice rep. The rookie left tackle, Carter Warren, also did a pretty nice job on this play, although he is setting up to the inside. You know, if the defenseman doesn't want to fully commit to the outside, you hold on to that guy a little bit, right? In the hopes that your running back bounces it to the outside. It's a really nice rep. Let's go ahead and jump forward into this next play here. Once again, a great job reaching by Joe Tippmann. Absolutely beautiful job in my opinion. All right, this right here allows you to have success. Now, this play may not be as noticeable, and some people may not even go to it because the play doesn't gain a whole lot of yards. But again, when you have a defensive tackle in 2 technique, it's important to be able to reach to eventually release that guard. So once again, a really nice job by Tippmann on this play. And what I like about this play specifically is as Tippmann makes contact with this defensive tackle, notice how he's kind of positioned his body early on. The D tackle is trying to penetrate a little bit. And watch this right hand here and how he kind of pushes this guy and is able to kind of flip the hips. Right there. That's a really nice job to kind of fight, flip the hips. This is some of the little things that I like to watch when I watch tape of some of these rookies. How are they blocking on certain plays? And that's just a really nice job. Even the left tackle here does a pretty good job with cutting off number 93. He obviously just cut blocks him, which is perfect. It works. It's effective. And here's an interesting thing. You know, the running back obviously tries to run this way far to the outside. I think he would have been better to either bend it back into one of these gaps, especially since Carter Warren got his guy down, and you really see that lane develop on that backside. But again, it's not a big deal. It's preseason. This is where you kind of learn different things. Again, really nice reach by the center, good block by the left tackle, and ultimately the play doesn't work because on this instance, the front side linebacker is able to kind of get there. Now, again, I will state this. For the right guard to double here and then jump up to that right tackle is a hard block. So it is very important for the running back to be able to kind of cut it based off of the different reads, right? So in this instance, he bounces it to the outside. It just doesn't work. But nonetheless, still a nice rep. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep here. This is a very nice job once again, kind of showing that physicality by the center. Let's break this play down. And I do want to state this. One of the things I noted with the center was that physicality. I mean, Tippmann took it to some of these guys. And what I like about this play is it is a dual concept, which means you're going to get doubles here on the D tackles at the point of attack. And basically, you're reading to the linebacker. So if the linebacker steps up here, the right guard gets up to that linebacker. Vice versa, if he goes the other way, it's the center that's going to pick him up. And of course, with the linebacker here, it's basically the left guard, left tackle's responsibility. So in this instance, you're going to see Tippmann do a really nice job double teaming. The linebacker is going to initially jump the B gap, and you see the right guard kind of gets off right there, and then he ends up picking him up. But Tippmann does a really nice job kind of putting this defensive tackle into the dirt. Obviously, it is a double team block, but it's still a nice job kind of splitting that D tackle in half between the center and guard. And of course, it's just a really nice job finishing. And keep that term in mind. To me, one of the key things that I look for in a young player is their ability to finish. And here's a really, really nice job. You see the center obviously gets down and bam, he puts the guy into the dirt. This right here is the type of stuff I like to watch from a young player. As he gets out here on this screen pass, he's going to make contact with 42. And he's not only going to make contact with him, but he's going to stick with him. And he's going to absolutely crush him. Don't give up until you hear that whistle. And that's a real trait that NFL coaches like in certain guys. It's the ability to finish. Are you going to get out there, make contact, and just kind of let it be? Or are you going to take this guy and put his ass into the dirt? And it's part of what made Tippmann the best center coming out of this past class, or at least one of the top two guys. It's that ability to finish, the mental processing. And he had a pretty good day in pass pro as well. He obviously did not give up any sacks or quarterback hits. Here's a pretty nice job in pass pro. He's going to get up to the 2-eye and basically shut him down. Just a really, really nice job out of his stance. It is a slide to the right. You see that. He takes on that D tackle, releases the right guard who has the potential to get off and possibly go and help the right tackle. In this instance, he doesn't. But it's still Tippmann who ends up sticking to that defensive tackle right there. Just a nice, consistent job. Again, I think Joe Tippmann's ready to start for the New York Jets come day one. And I know right now it's kind of an open battle, but I don't think the battle is going to last all that long. Like, you absolutely see it in Tippmann's game. The guy's going to be a very, very good football player. Even left tackle Carter Warren, I know some people have talked negatively about him, but when you watch some of these plays, you see this play here, he's going to get out in a vertical set. He's going to take on the bull rush here. He takes it on perfectly and bam, he anchors down. To me, that's a really, really nice rep. Never underestimate the ability to anchor. In this instance, Warren does anchor. Just a really good player. And if you guys don't know this, Warren is a guy that I've talked about pre-draft, right? Before the Jets even brought this guy in, he was one of my guys. He was one of the guys that I really, really liked. I think he's the Jets' future left tackle. And I know that may be a bit of a hot take, but if you guys subscribe, this is one of the things that I will definitely bring up year in and year out. I think Carter Warren is the future at left tackle. And I know some people want Mekhi Becton to be the guy. Not saying he can't be the guy, but he hasn't shown that he can stay healthy. And with that, I think you invest the 120th pick in a guy like Warren because he has that upside, right? And of course, I know Warren didn't have the pre-draft hype that a lot of other guys had, but there's a reason for that, right? He obviously got hurt. If you go back to his 2021 tape, the guy looked very, very good at Pitt. And I think he has some upside. I really do. And as you guys know, I break down offensive line, defensive line, and really a lot of like the trench battles and those type of things. And I think Carter Warren has that upside. I think Joe Tippmann's a day one ready starter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.